I wanted to talk about fighting fair, which is something I was reminded about in this book, Marriage Rules by Harriet Lerner. And it's not just for people who are married, it's for people who are coupled up. So check this out if you are in a relationship and working on maybe having a better relationship. So let's talk about fighting fair real quickly. I think that sometimes we think that the goal is to never fight. And I don't think that's possible, and I don't think that's true. I think fighting or conflict can be helpful sometimes. It's the way we feel heard, it's the way to clear the air, it's the way that you can work through hard things, and you can learn from it. But I think there has to be a safe way to have conflict. And what I mean by that is that it has to be respectful. You have to respect the other person that you maybe are in an argument with. You also have to take responsibility for your actions and your words. It doesn't work if you just are blaming each other round and round. You're going to get stuck in a bad process where you're just stuck. And so what part were you responsible for, and what part can you apologize for? The other important thing is you want to make sure there's repair. You want to make sure after you get through it, you repair, you reconnect, and you feel heard and understand by your partner. So the other thing I was thinking about is how can you, when tensions are high or you're in the heat of the moment, maybe set some ground rules for fighting. You have to make these though before the fight. And so when you guys are calm or in a good space, one night, sit down and write out your fighting rules. It might be that you don't fight before bedtime. It might be that you don't call names. You don't use name calling, or that you don't bring up past grievances, right? You have these ground rules before it happens. The other one is if it gets too intense or if you need a break, no matter what, if someone says time out and uses a hand gesture or whatever the key word is, you both agree you have to stop, but you will come back within 24 hours to revisit it and finish the conversation, and that's where that repair comes in. And so those are really important to do. You can even print them out, put them on the fridge, put them in your bedroom. And so when you have conflict, you can say, remember, let's get our rules out, because you want a better partnership, which means that you want to take responsibility. You want to hear your partner. You want to have mutual respect. You guys are on the same team. So it's hard to remember that in the moment. So hopefully this will help if you have some really good conversations ahead of time. So check out the book, and hopefully this will help.